Many Marvel heroes have dominated the spotlight for decades, but countless others have quietly faded into obscurity. In today's video, we're uncovering 10 forgotten Marvel characters who deserve another chance to shine. Some of these names might surprise you, and others you may have never even heard of. If you enjoy discovering these hidden gems from Marvel's history, make sure to hit the like button, drop a comment sharing your favorite, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives. Your support helps us bring even more amazing comic book content straight to you. Forget Me? Nod is a mutant whose entire existence revolves around the tragedy of being forgotten as soon as he is out of sight. Even his closest allies fail to recall his presence without the help of psychic reminders. He has secretly participated in major teams such as the X-Men, X-Force, and X-Factor, always working in the shadows. His heroism is unquestionable, but his curse means no one keeps his memory alive once he walks away. Forget-Me-Not embodies the idea of sacrifice without recognition, a hero whose efforts shape events but leave no trace. His ability makes him both invaluable and heartbreaking, since victories he helps achieve never earn him thanks or acknowledgement. The very power that defines him ensures his anonymity, leaving readers to wonder how many critical Marvel moments owe their success to someone the world cannot remember. Forbush Man is one of Marvel's strangest creations, a figure born entirely out of comedy and parody. His alter ego Irving Forbush was an office worker who somehow ended up wearing red pajamas with an F on his chest and a cooking pot for a helmet. He stumbled through adventures in Not Brand Ek, fighting villains with no powers of his own, relying only on dumb luck and ridiculous timing. Forbush Man's adventures mocked the traditional idea of superheroes while making him a cult icon among fans of satire. He often blundered into victories by accident, never truly knowing how he succeeded. Later, reinventions gave him a darker twist, showing that behind the humor, he could unleash terrifying visions when his helmet was removed. He remains a bizarre reminder of Marvel's playful side. Squirrel Girl is one of Marvel's most unusual yet surprisingly powerful heroines. She has enhanced agility, sharp claws, a bushy tail, and the unique gift of communicating with squirrels. What began as a quirky power set soon became legendary, as she managed to outwit and defeat major villains like MODOK, Terrax, and even Thanos. Her lighthearted nature and offbeat abilities made her a hero unlike any other in the Marvel Universe. Squirrel Girl represents the playful spirit of comics while still showing how determination and cleverness can win the day. She often leads armies of squirrels into battle, turning what looks silly into true strength. Her stories highlight optimism and humor, proving that even the most underestimated characters can become champions. Despite her victories, she often remains overlooked beyond her loyal fans. Darkhawk is a lesser-known Marvel hero whose legacy lingers among dedicated fans. Chris Powell debuted in 1991 as a teenager, transformed by an alien amulet into the armored vigilante Darkhawk, gaining flight, energy projection, enhanced strength, and adaptability. Despite limited exposure, he appeared in titles like New Warriors, West Coast Avengers, Project Pegasus, and cosmic events such as War of Kings. Darkhawk embodies the fate of many underrated Marvel characters, cool, complex, and powerful, yet rarely remembered beyond fan circles. His armor ties him to a vast cosmic mythology, while his human side brings emotional depth uncommon in supporting heroes. Though overlooked, his presence in fan discussions and retrospectives shows the strong affection readers still hold for his story. Machine Man is an android whose very design reflects compelling duality. Created by Jack Kirby and first appearing in the comics tied to 2001, A Space Odyssey, he is the lone survivor of an experimental robot series raised as a son by Dr. Abel Stack. Taking on the name Aaron Stack, he adopts a human persona and grapples with his identity, striving to fit into the world he was never truly built for. Though he's often overlooked, Machine Man packs an impressive array of powers, superhuman strength, telescoping limbs, and an arsenal built into his fingers, all powered by solar energy and designed for versatility. Critics and fans alike see him as prime material for a solo film, a compelling figure whose sentient struggle and technological edge mirror our era's fascination with artificial intelligence. Gabriel the Devil Hunter is a deeply tormented figure whose life is defined by tragedy and faith. Once a scholar at Columbia University, he became a priest after discovering his wife brutally killed under horrifying circumstances. In a demonic possession that shook him to his core, he was forced to rip out his own eye, and in a final act of sheer will, he branded a burning metal cross into his chest to drive the demon away. As a professional exorcist, he journeyed alongside a mysterious companion, Desadia, who spoke in his wife's voice to root out supernatural threats across New York and beyond. Gabriel aided the Fantastic Four during Franklin Richards' possession, then spiraled into despair, alcoholism, and mental collapse. He even wielded a demonic breathing gun while teetering on the edge of sanity, making him a uniquely tragic and forgotten hero in Marvel's occult pantheon. Scarlet Scarab is a rare Egyptian-themed hero in Marvel lore, and his mantle has been held by multiple characters. The original, Abdul Faul, debuted in The Invaders in 1977. He wielded the mystical Ruby Scarab, an artifact that granted him super strength, flight, a protective aura, energy bursts, and the ability to drain others' powers. He served as a nationalist defender of Egypt during World War II, even clashing and then allying with heroes like the Invaders. Years later, his legacy continued through his son, Mehmet Faul, who inherited the artifact and took up the mantle with the same powers, committing himself to safeguarding Egypt's heritage. More recently, Layla El Fauli adopted the Scarlet Scarab identity in the Moon Knight series, representing the first Egyptian superhero in the MCU, a creative expansion of the concept beyond its comic origins. The Living Colossus is a towering, enigmatic creature carved from stone, first awakening in Tales of Suspense back in February 1961. Originally sculpted in Moscow as a silent monument, it became animated by an alien's mind, erupting into action without warning. Later stories revealed that a special effects designer named Bob O'Brien could transfer his consciousness into the statue, transforming it into a reluctant, massive hero with uncanny strength and the ability to fly. Despite its dramatic power and monster slayer potential, this granite guardian faded into obscurity, remembered mostly by die-hard fans of Marvel's pulpy pre-superhero era. It even appeared in astonishing tales for a brief time, but never gained widespread popularity. Its strange presence, half statue and half soul, reflects the strange and forgotten corners of comic lore, a relic that towers in mystery, yet remains largely forgotten. Mandril is a mutant supervillain with a disturbing origin. Born Jerome Beachman in New Mexico, he was abandoned by his family for his simian appearance. He and fellow mutant Necra survived through crime, eventually forming a cult of female followers called Black Spectre. They even orchestrated political takeovers in Africa before facing off against heroes like Shauna the She-Devil, Daredevil, The Thing, and the Defenders. Despite formidable physical abilities, enhanced strength, agility, reflexes, cunning intellect, and dangerous pheromone-based mind control over women, Mandril remains largely forgotten. His repeated schemes, alliances with groups like Mutant Force, Femforce, and the Hoods Gang, plus sporadic comebacks, showcase a character ripe for darker storytelling, yet still sidelined in Marvel lore. Necra is a mutant whose haunting origin stems from a nuclear accident in Los Alamos. Shunned by her community due to her chalk-white skin and fangs, she fled into the harsh desert, where she met another outcast, Mandril. The two forged a powerful bond, becoming partners in crime and leading a cult of loyal followers in a dark plot that nearly toppled nations. Yet she remains known to only a small faction of Marvel readers. Necra's abilities are fueled by her emotions, particularly rage, which grant her superhuman strength, agility, durability, and resilience. At her peak, she can lift around 10 tons and withstand explosions, extreme temperatures, and powerful attacks. This blend of brutal power and emotional volatility makes her an ideal subject for haunting, character-driven stories that remain sadly unexplored in mainstream Marvel narratives. In this video, we explored 10 Marvel characters that time and readers often forgot, but who still carry fascinating stories and potential. If you enjoyed this dive into the overlooked side of Marvel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.